Thanks, Michael, and thanks everybody that's spoken before, and particularly Sue to you to call out the fact that we really are in a dynamic and ever-changing industry with some very spectacular retailers. I'd call out Hilton and JD Sport as well, who's had tremendous success, and we really are in an industry that is strong. It's always been changing, it's always been evolving, but it's always been underpinned by particularly strong and innovative retailers. And I think it's important to call out that really we're just in a continuing period of change that we're all responding to. But in reality, there's nothing's different from any other year. We're all still trying to create great places that attract customers, that enable ourselves and our retailers to be successful. So in 2019, from Scn Group's point of view, we'll obviously continue to bring our purpose to life, which is creating extraordinary places, connecting and enriching communities. There's been very much spoken about communities, and they're very much at the heart of what we do and very much at the heart of attracting people to our destinations and venues. Earlier in the year, there was much talk about shopping centres seeing a decline in traffic, and that's clearly not been the case for most of us. And in Scn Group's case, our traffic has grown, visitation's grown by over 5 million to over 535 million visits. And through our media screens and through our ticketless parking, we're able to see that people are staying longer and experiencing more of the centre more often. So the role that we play in bringing customers or guests into our venues to connect with our retailers really hasn't changed, as I said, but it continues to evolve, and as an industry we really need to recognise that and change the way that we play. Retailers and customers may now complete a transaction in centre. They may pay in store, they may have goods delivered, they may buy online, they may pick up in store. They're doing a whole range of different things, and shopping centres are responding as the customer changes. The value that we create for our retail partners is different. We're now very much in the business of enabling retailers to acquire customers for their own ecosystem, which is more valuable than just one transaction in a store. We're working hard to determine the value of this. But for those retailers with online as part of their ecosystem, we know we add more value than just reported in-store sales. Online purchases being returned and credited to store sales are also creating noise in retailers' sales. So in the context of the sales that have been reported in Michael and Leanne's shopping centre news today, clearly there's been significant growth in many centres, and within all of that growth there's been noise around online and returns. Humans are clearly social beings, and more than ever before our customers come to their local Westfield Living Centre for much more than shopping. They expect us to put on a great show every day. They want experiences that they can consume on site: dining, entertainment, health, fitness and beauty services. We've obviously been making that transition, and this year more than 35% of our stores across our portfolio offer experiences that can be consumed on site, and this is increasing. We think this is underpinning the growing visitation to our destinations. Delivering what the customer wants is driving visitation and is driving customer advocacy and NPS for most of our centres. The fact that we're seeing more customers visit Westfield Living Centres more often and spending more time in our centres is a testament to our great teams that really do deliver for our customers and put on a great show every day. Retailers still want to be where people gather, but they want to be in the best locations with the right store size so they can present themselves at the very best standard and connect with customers to create sales either in-store or online. Reading the news headlines, it's tempting to believe that physical retail space is becoming less valuable. That's clearly not the case. Today, if you look through the top 20, the average sales increase is probably closer to 4 or 5%, and clearly customers are voting with their feet and wallet in centre. Noting today again, obviously there's now 6 centres in the country with over $1 billion in sales, and Scn Group is particularly pleased to have 4 of those 6. And equally for Chermside to join the $1 billion club, we're very proud, and as I said, I think it's great for the industry that we see more join that club. Special congratulations to Chadstone. Again, I think the fact that Chadstone was able to crack $2 billion is again a great reflection of the strength of physical retail and the shopping centre industry more generally. In 2018, and again I've just been on a roadshow with many investor meetings, and I think this is an important stat that's often overlooked, but we introduced 437 new brands to our portfolio in 2018. So that's 437 new businesses that wanted to establish with us to connect to the 530 odd million customers that visit our centres. And in addition to that, there were 300 odd existing brands that grew with us. And I think the fact that we've got new brands coming in and existing brands growing underpins the health of the industry. And if we were standing here today and we were talking about less than 100 brands new, we would probably be having a different discussion. But we see it particularly strong, and retailers are definitely wanting to connect with the physical customers. For 2019, we opened our major $750 odd million development at Newmarket in Auckland this year, which we think is going to be pretty special. It's going to be the best fashion destination in Auckland, if not New Zealand. We like to be a tad humble, that sounded a bit over the top, but we really do think it's going to be very special. It's going to have a great food environment, great entertainment. We think it's going to be very special for Auckland with the introduction of David Jones and a range of new to market retailers. In Sydney, we're obviously carrying on with lodging a Stage 2 DA for the expansion of Westfield Sydney into the David Jones men's store, and we'll start development there in mid-2020 after David Jones consolidate into their Elizabeth Street store. So we expect to transform that into, again, an expansion of Westfield Sydney and really cement Westfield Sydney as the home of luxury in Sydney with that expanded footprint. The redevelopment of Westfield Stirling in Perth is going to be a fantastic addition to the Perth environment with an almost doubling in size, and will transform to become Perth's ultimate living centre, setting a new benchmark in our view for retail in Perth. As I said, clearly we're in an industry that changes, it's dynamic, and the next year is going to be no different, and so we're very excited about the opportunities and challenges that lay ahead. We will, and our teams will rise to the challenge of delivering on our purpose through delivering unique retailers at many of our locations, putting on a great show every day, and making our living centres essential to the lives of our customers. Thank you very much, and good luck with the year ahead. Thanks.